Refugees are welcome here. People of Ruski, shout and cheer. Refugees are welcome here. People of Ruski, shout and cheer.
Ruski, a town of over just 500 people on the Leitrim-Roscommon border, is in the news again as the disused Shannon Key West Hotel, earmarked for a direct provision centre for asylum seekers, has been the subject of an arson attack for the second time. In response to the attack on the hotel, an anti-racism rally has been organised by Lee Doherty of Leitrim and Roscommon United Against Racism, and I have travelled to Ruski to film the demonstration. A small group arrives, and a public address system is set up across from the local Centra shop. And as the crowd grows to around 40 people, RTE cameramen begin to interview members of the group. Then I notice an RTE correspondent interviewing one particular man to one side of the crowd, and I know that I have seen him before but cannot quite place where. As I watch, I note that none of the speakers are actually from the village, nor does there appear to be any locals in the crowd. The only locals I can see are the bemused customers entering and leaving the Centra supermarket to the rear of the gathering.
Everybody here today who is coming with a friendly and open disposition. We have had attacks on the hotel across the bridge that looked like they were racially motivated.
Soon, the speakers are interrupted by a woman, said to be a local resident, who points out the elephant in the room that neither the speakers nor those looking on are from Ruski itself. She is also keen to point out that Ruski residents are not racist, nor do they have anything to do with the recent arson attacks on the hotel.
If this woman wants to talk to me, I'm happy for her to talk to me. Say whatever you want to say.
I want to know.
Come and say what you want to say.
I am saying to you, hello.
Arson means a deliberate attack.
Right. Troublemaker. You're a troublemaker. No, you're black. You're telling us we're racist.
Nobody's telling you you're racist.
Again, I noticed the gentleman I had spotted being interviewed earlier standing quietly to one side, watching the protest with interest, and I suddenly remember where I have seen him before. His name is Sajjad Hussain, a barber from Ballaghaderreen, and he came to public attention in 2018 as a member of the local group which won the Community Group of the Year award for their work in welcoming Syrian refugees to the town. He has recently announced his intention to run as a candidate in the upcoming local elections. If he wins, he will be the first Pakistani man ever to sit as a councillor in Roscommon. I am keen to get his opinion on the confusion around me, so I bring him to one side and ask him why he is here.
We are here to just support the people, just normal, ordinary people who are less fortunate, and they have to leave their country, they have to leave their home, they have to leave their loved ones, and came here. And we just come to support them, and at the same time we just want to condemn the people who are just trying to create problems, or we just want to burn the buildings, or we just want to give the wrong message. And we are here to just support not any human being. I think anybody is in trouble, from any religion, from any country, from any place. As a human being, I think it's my duty, it's our duty to look after them and just care about them.
The demonstration descends into confusion, and by the time MEP Ming Flanagan finally begins to speak, those in the crowd are barely listening to him. So, next morning, I find myself back in Ballaghaderreen, County Roscommon, having arranged to meet Saj at his barber shop. Like Ruski, it was earmarked for a direct provision centre at the then disused Abbeyfield Hotel on the outskirts of the town. I'm curious to learn more about Saj, as he is known, to discover what would motivate a man of Asian descent to enter the world of politics in a very polarised rural Ireland, struggling with its own identity and fearful of the enormous changes imposed upon it by a Dublin-centric government. Also like Ruski, its population initially remained quiet in the face of this change to its town, but this is where the comparisons diverge. Unlike Ruski, instead of an attempt by some to thwart the use of the hotel as a direct provision centre, the residents of Ballaghaderreen gathered together and formed a welcoming committee to help the Syrian asylum seekers settle into their new home. I locate Sajjad's barber shop close to the centre of the town, and I find him busy at work. During a lull in business, I ask him when he initially set up in Ballaghaderreen as a barber.
This shop I moved 7 years ago. We are now more than 7 years ago. In November it was 7 years. But I used to be in the Barrack Street. I used to renting that place, and I was there for more than 5 years. So it's altogether it's 13 and a half years nearly in Ballaghaderreen as in a shop. But I was working before as well in the different places. But as running my own business in my own shop, 13 and a half years.
While a large number of businesses are managing to remain operational, there is an equally large amount of vacant premises dotted around the town. It is also possible that the town may be going through a kind of rebalance, whereby the local economy is adjusting to the massive changes endured by the town. A common theme of many articles written about Ballaghaderreen is the large amount of vacant houses, both along the main street and in some of the housing estates on the outskirts of the town. Sajjad is also keen to discuss this phenomena with me.
There's lots of empty houses. Around 100 houses in only Ballaghaderreen are empty. If you go to the other villages or other towns, you will see same situation, different. Lots of houses are empty. They need to be, for example, some of the houses are nearly built. They need only a couple of €1,000. Where I'm living in the Glenard, there's around 30, more than 30 houses are empty, and they're completed. They only need few €1,000, for example. So if anybody is in trouble, for example, the builder or somebody, our council can help to them. County council give them some money or some way that start doing that, build that, complete that houses and put in the market. Or there is lots of people people are desperate to find the house. Many people are coming to me and asking me, do you know anybody, any house for rent? We want to rent the house. And I seen in this town €200-250 was rent, and it's gone to 450. Then I heard, and another day the two people I met, they're paying €650. So yeah, because there's more demand and less houses. So when the more houses, 100 people, for example, 100 houses come in the market, there will be more houses and less demand, or even if it's equal as well, so rent will become a little bit more down as well, so that will be help to normal ordinary person as well. So they need to be done on that housing department, rather than we finishing the houses. Whatever the houses we have, we can complete them, and we can use for them. For example, there's a big problem in this country is homeless people, and I feel so sad. People are dying with the cold and with the freeze, and small little children are dying in the street, and it's so sad. I think this is the responsibility of the state to give a food, to give a clothes, and give a shelter. These three things is the responsibility of the state for the country that everybody should have.
Later, I question him about the level of support he has in the town.
So far, the way people giving me support and people talking is really, really good. Even it's more than my expectations. As I say, I was thinking that I have to convince to the people. I have to tell to the people that this is. But most of the people know my work nearly, what I am doing and which things I involve. So nearly in 1 or 2 minutes, people say yes, we will work for you. Which one is great. So I hope things go well.
However, there is an uglier side to the way Sajjad is perceived by a small minority in Ballaghaderreen. For months now, rumours have circulated around the town concerning Sajjad and his alleged involvement in so-called fake passports. A satirical Facebook page entitled Ballaghaderreen Memes ran a series of photoshopped pictures incriminating Sajjad in such activities. I questioned Sajjad about these allegations, and he is keen to address them.
Most recently, few people asked me that we heard about you, that you was arrested, or somebody said that it's called, I don't know the name of the thing, some investigation.
The Criminal Justice Bureau, CAB.
Yeah, was in my house, and they was investigating something that I was making fake passports. Well, if I make a fake passport, I don't need to do the haircuts and all. I can make money from there. But no. Then I start thinking, where is coming from? Because in my 18 years in this country, I was never once somebody come to me to investigate me for anything even. I was twice in the court only. In this once when I got my naturalization, Irish citizenship, so I have to go there and oath. Second time I was jury in the court. So I was that. So that was the only 2 times I go to the court. Garda station is different. We go to renew the visas and that kind of stuff. But never was investigated for anything. Never somebody asked me even. So I was thinking, where is coming from? So most recently somebody asked me a question as another journalist, and I was talking, and then I start thinking. What happened is in last summer when I moved the house, there was it was all in the local media everywhere. Beside my house there are empty around 30 houses. 2 of the houses from the back was broken. Somebody break the doors of the house and go inside and try to steal the copper, for the water tanks, for heating water tanks. And somebody see them and they throw some and gone. So Garda start investigating. They come to my house as well. I was in work. So they come to my house and they ask to my wife, this thing happened. My wife can't speak that much English. She say, my husband is in work, he will be here at 6 o'clock. After 6 anytime, and then you can come back again please, and you can talk with him because I don't understand what you're saying fully. And they go to all the houses, not only my house, all my neighbors' house. I go back and I think the same day or second day, I just go outside. The Garda was, just outside my house, an open area. I seen her and I say, you was yesterday in my house, and she said, yes, I was. I go to all the houses because this thing happened in this house. And it's broken, and people die. So did you see anything, or your wife or your family see anything? I said, no, I moved recently only, because that was only a week or 2 there. So I was still moving my stuff and all. So I said, we've not seen anything. So there was somebody was passing from there, or he saw me talking with the Garda, because I know that Garda lady. She's a local, and I'm running a business. I know lots of people know me. So we start talking like normally. It's not only one question. When you know somebody, you start talking. And when she showed me, look, there's lovely houses, and what is happening there. So that individual go, and he said somebody there that then I got a call in a week or 2 weeks time that somebody said that Garda was in Barber's house, is Barber in trouble. The 2 Pakistani fellows called me. I missed their call, and I called them both back. Then they said that happened, and what happened? Because there was concern. I said nothing happened. This thing happened. You did not hear in the radio or in the news that there was something. And people got done the interviews there as well. That in this state, this thing happening. So that was the thing. And after that, they start making story that first was Garda in my house. It start from there, and then was fake passport came from there. Then my car's talking about that, and then they start talking about the I bloody never know this name of the cab thingy at my house. So make a big huge story, and it's not from one person. It's so surprisingly how people accept and adopt so easily if somebody spread a lie, and then people start thinking maybe something happened, and like the friends trust me and they know me, because I was always in the shop, every day in the shop. So they call me and they say, Saj, what happened? This I heard, and I know who's doing this. They know it's nothing happened, but they say somebody is spreading the rumors against you, and do you know that? I say, yes, I know that, and I don't know what to do if what is happening. It's a very simple and easy thing. Everybody's got a station in Ballaghaderreen, is in Kasri. It's a straightforward thing. I don't know why people don't keep things simple. Go call them and ask them, is this person have any criminal record? He did ever. I'm not asking about only this thing. In 18 years is my challenge. More than 18 years I'm in this country. If somebody tell me anything I did wrong or I was involved with the guard, okay, I get few time points from the speeding or something kind of stuff, but that is not court. They consent to me and it's finished. Thanks God, I don't have speeding points as well at this now. So it's very easy. Go to the guard station, ask them, is I did anything wrong or is anything happened? So rather than keep spreading the things which one is not there. So I don't know. Some people, they have a lot of time in their hands and they have nothing else to do, and they keep doing these kind of things. But I believe what I am doing right things, and because of that right thing, if somebody don't like me or somebody hate me and something want to do against me, he keep doing. I don't care. If somebody have any jealousy or anything against that, I'm not something. I'm a very humble person. I'm a very small person. I'm not anything that I say I'm this. I am doing just what I think is right. What is think for humanity. My parents teach me, I grown up like that, my religion teach me that always look after the people, other people and help, and just this is the way, and I try to do that, and I will keep doing this, even somebody like it or somebody don't like it. If somebody spread the rumors or lies or whatever, nobody can stop me to doing what I am doing. Well, when I will die, obviously that is a different thing. But I will be stay what I am, and I don't care what the people saying doing.
The more time I spend with Saj, the more I find myself admiring him for his tenacity. It is clear that his heart is in the right place, and that he is a dedicated family man, loved by his wife and children. I catch up with him again at his home a few days later, relaxed and in good form, preparing a meal for Sligo Global Food, an art and food project bringing diverse and multicultural communities together around a communal table.
With the steam, it was obviously cooked with extra rice, and normally I use the big pot, but to more people, but in this pot, so it's not overfull, you know. So, but it's good though, it's good. That's pretty cooked now, you know. And I put it there though, they were different. You see there's ingredients as well. You can see the different way in this one. So nice.
We travel to a community centre in Boyle, bustling with groups of people from all ethnic backgrounds, eager to try out the sumptuous food prepared by asylum seekers and their friends from across the globe. There is food from Lebanon, Ghana, Nigeria, Syria, Pakistan, India, and of course Ireland.
Saj, what is this all about today?
This is the different communities from different countries. They bring the food and all got together in a Sligo Global Kitchen. They're very good organizing everything. Food from Pakistan, food from Syria, food from different countries. Really, you've seen there's lots of people from the different countries, and it's nice to taste the food from the different countries as well, and meet from the different communities as well. There's lots of local Irish people as well here, so it's nice to meet each other and make new friends and meet each other.
Watching the interactions between the various groups of people in the hall, I cannot help thinking how the room represents a snapshot of what we could achieve in an ideal world. For a few precious hours, colour and creed are irrelevant as the diners mingle and break bread together. Saj and his family are well known in this circle, and he spends most of his time chatting to many of the visitors. I wonder if he's aware of the intense scrutiny that he and his family will be subject to in the world of politics in Ireland. Every word, every action, every soundbite will be dissected, scrutinised and reinterpreted far from its intended and original meaning. This point is especially prevalent considering the current political and social climate across the world. Days later, I follow Saj and some of his supporters on their first campaign trail across the housing estates around Ballaghaderreen. Some doors open and he is greeted warmly by a largely Asian community. Some doors remain closed, opening only after we have passed a few blocks away.
I just want to do something positive, and when I'm sure from my heart that I'm going to do this, so yeah, I will go for it, and I'm excited as well at the same time.
At the time of making this film, just two people will run for election in the Ballaghaderreen area, Sajjad Hussain and the incumbent Michael Mulligan. This gives him a 50-50 chance, but of course the big question is, will the people of Ballaghaderreen give him a chance?